Hi, Gemini. This is going to be your reading from August 19th through the 25th. It's good for the Sun, Rising, Moon, or Venus sign of Gemini. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading meant for just one of you, so it will not resonate with all of you. Check your Rising, Moon, or Venus sign if this doesn't resonate. You can find your messages there this week instead. If you would like a reading that's just for you, that's private, just for you yourself about health, wealth, love, or destiny, you can book a private reading with me. The link to my website to schedule is in the description below. If you are new to my channel, welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. I love reading for Gemini. It is a pleasure to be your messenger today. Let's get into it for you, my Mercury-ruled air signs. I just love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope whatever's going on will help. I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you, but I will take a look at your environment so that you can apply this to any part of your life. Most people are tuning in for love, whether they're in a relationship or not. But please be open-minded. You can apply this to any part of your life, okay? But it could apply to romantic love or a family or a friend. So what came out of the Illumination Oracle deck, growth and expansion, balancing the situation, walking away. So I think you guys are walking away from something, or someone might have walked away from you. You're walking away from something in your life. I think that this is in order to bring balance to a situation and to bring growth and expansion. Yeah. In order to help you do that, your guides have some advice for you. Surrender resentment and surrender to your intuition. It can be difficult to surrender to our intuition. People are constantly saying to me, Carrie Lee, how do I develop a heightened sense of intuition? My response is always the same. First of all, listen to it. Don't ignore it. We often do not like what our intuition tells us because we want something different to be true other than our own gut reactions. You're all ever so much more psychic than you realize, especially Geminis. You guys are like the Sherlock Holmes of the zodiac. I have never met people better at collecting information. So between your ability to think quickly and collect information and data along with your excellent intuition, that will help you regain control of a situation. But your guides want you to let go of resentments first. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. Follow that red umbrella. I love that picture. It's so cool. And listen to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. You will guide yourself in this situation, but I think in order to hear your intuition more clearly, Gemini, letting go of some resentments and just walking away and moving towards growth and expansion, that will bring the balance. It will all come together for you. So at the center of it all, what flew out, I was like, okay, I guess we're ready. Your guides were starting before I even rolled the camera. I was like, all right, let's pause. Let's get going. I have the Four of Pentacles for you. The challenge for you is justice. So this might be the resentment piece. I'm not letting go, Soma Chandra. I want that damn justice served, and I'm not going to let go of it. I'm going to hold back, yet I'm going to hold on. For some of you, this is about finances and resources that create a stable foundation for you. And for something that might be going down in a court of law, some of you are dealing with a Libra and you're holding back from that person. Or you might feel as though in order to balance something out for yourself this week and to get the truth, you need to take a very conservative approach in order to bring this balance or this justice. For some of you, again, this is about a court proceeding, a marriage, a contract of some kind, and it could have to do with resources. You seem to feel the need to be the one in control and take a conservative approach. But you know, pentacles don't always have to be money. Sometimes pentacles are for whatever you consider a resource, your time, your health, your wealth, shit, your sleep. You know, emotions are a resource. I think that you guys might be holding back. Someone might want to serve justice in this situation. Make sure you're not punishing someone or yourself. I do notice the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So somebody could be shit talking or not talking at all. You or another person in your life might be having a difficult time thinking of a new way to communicate. The Page of Swords in reverse is often all talk, no action, or haphazard action, hasty action, in and out communication, blocked, unblocked, gossip. The pages in reverse delivered no news or bad news. So for you yourself, Gemini, if you can't talk to somebody, you can't talk to somebody. But try to think of a new way to communicate. But if you're not curious, you're just not. Okay, let's see what comes out for you though. Spirit for Gemini, what's driving Gemini? Someone might be doing this to you, you know? Six of Wands, well, you're going to hold your head high. You're going to act as if. What else? Could be dealing with a Leo, the Emperor in reverse. Some of you are trying to get out of a level of commitment with a person or a situation. You might be trying to break a contract, but you want to do it in a fair and just way. You could be dealing with an Aries or a Leo here that could be ignoring you and doing a power trip with you to some degree. You see yourself as needing to really hold your head high and act as if. The Six of Wands can sometimes have a difficult time with communication, but you're trying to be self-confident. You want to be successful in this situation. But I think at the same time, you feel the need to break out of some level of commitment with someone, or they're being that way with you. The Emperor in reverse suggests a married man or a father. Someone wants a divorce. You could feel somewhat powerless in a situation. I think you're just trying to hold your head high and reestablish some structure and authority in your own life. You might be struggling with that. Or you're just trying to ignore a person that makes you feel powerless to some degree. All right, Spirit, what's happening deep within and what happened in the past for Gemini? The Four of Cups in reverse. Well, you thought about it long enough. You realized life was passing you by. The Four of Cups, it's like, hey, do you want this cup? What about those 3 cups in front of you? No. Sat in emotional reevaluation and apathy for quite some time. And then you realized, what am I doing? What am I even doing? I need to stop doing this. What else happened in the past and what happened deep within? Two of Pentacles, you tried to figure out how to make a situation work. And I think you eventually just gave up. You were like, I'm done defending myself. I've thought about it from 2 different perspectives. I've tried to stay busy. You could have been juggling a lot or somebody juggled you. You're like, now I'm tired of overthinking this and overfeeling this. I've got to get back out there. I got to get my shit together, get my life in order, get this situation balanced out practically in the 3D. I think you might have let your guard down a little bit, though. I think you just sort of gave something up. Gave up with something that was just overwhelming. Okay, what is Spirit telling you to do at all times? 8 of Cups, they're saying, walk away, let it go. Walk all the way away, even if you don't know the direction you're going. And you're telling yourself, I have to leave this behind. It's a lot of emotion to walk away from, but I will do it. I think you feel like you can't take a risk in a situation. You can't seize the moment. Your guides are also saying to you, watch for burnout. Do not be restless. The Knight of Swords in reverse can sometimes regret later what he does because he has tunnel vision. So your guides are telling you, just walk away. You're starting to get really restless and unfocused and burnt out in this situation. You may start to become impulsive. You might also feel a little out of your league or out of your depth in a situation. You're like, there's no more information to get here. You might have walked away from someone and then blocked communication. It was not worth the risk to you, is what I just heard. I think that's why you're holding back now. You're like, nope, I'm going to hold my head high. This situation is making me feel powerless. The way I serve my justice is to just take a conservative approach. But I won't sugarcoat it for you. So for some of you, you're being arrogant as shit and refusing to establish structure and authority. But you might be refusing to establish structure and authority for someone else. Like I just heard one of your guides say, I'm not their daddy. They can solve their own problems. For some of you, this is about a divorce or a court proceeding with a boss over a job promotion or contract. Interesting. I just heard that just now. What's coming in? What actions will Gemini take? Oh, I just saw the Ten of Swords. They want me to take both. You are moving away from something that ended very painfully for you. Moving on from crisis, from loss, from betrayal, from feeling stabbed in the back. There was a deep wound. Make sure you're not headed right towards that. For some of you, because the Six of Swords is a slow moving energy, if you see a painful ending coming, I think that you know that you'll have to go through it in order to go through an important change and go through a pivot point. It will be a rite of passage. You will release the baggage. You're committed to that, even though you know it'll hurt. I feel you. God, it's this Justice card. It's heavy. Okay, moving on from that. How does Gemini see themselves? How will Gemini see themselves this week, Spirit? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I see you breaking out of a contract because it did not make you feel good about yourself. You see yourself as working on your own self-worth and freedom. But I don't know that you're entirely free in this situation. Don't hustle anybody, and don't let anybody hustle you. Don't let anybody get reward with no work, okay? Make sure you're working on knowing your own self-worth here. Watch for, I won't lie to you guys, honestly, I think you're saying, they really freaking hustled me. But the Nine of Pentacles in reverse can be a person that focuses on the wrong things for the wrong reasons. I see you wanting to balance that out and walk away from that. I see you trying to free yourself from something that hurt you. And I think it has to do with this Emperor. How else do they see themselves? No, too many cards. How else do they see themselves? Thank you. Five of Cups. This really disappoints you. For some of you, this is about money, resources. You're hurt. You're a little focused on the negative instead of the positive right now. When the Five of Cups comes, try to say to yourself, I do have regrets. I am disappointed, but this was just a personal setback. I was hustled. Maybe I did focus on the wrong things for the wrong reasons. I was in a situation that was based on something shallow. Don't beat yourself up. Just move on. I see you doing it. You're doing it, and you will hold your head high. And I get the conservative approach that you're taking. But if someone's withholding from you, Spirit is saying they'll get their justice. We know it hurts. You just move on. You move on. Okay. What's going on in their environment? Show me the person they're thinking about right now. This person is trying not to be all trapped in their head about this. They're trying to release themselves from negative thoughts. I think this person was pretty trapped in their head and felt kind of like an emotional karma here. It was a self-imposed restriction. This person's just trying to release those self-limiting beliefs and not be the victim in this situation. They do have a pretty strong inner critic, but they're like, I'm not going to be all trapped in my head about this. How does this person feel about Gemini? How does this person feel about Gemini? Ace of Swords in reverse. They might have cut you off. They're rethinking things. Their judgment's pretty clouded. What is the Ace of Swords in reverse? They're not trying to have a breakthrough with you. The Hierophant. This could be a Taurus. This could very much have to do with friends or not friends. The Hierophant is sort of an abstract card. It represents commitment, but it can also be the government, a big company. It can be a doctor. It can be a lawyer. It can be university. It is the path of self and betterment. But the Hierophant can be kind of stuffy. This person might be deeply affected and influenced by their spiritual upbringing, their community, their family. They might feel somewhat of a conservative societal pressure. They might want to stay married. I want more. How else does this person feel about Gemini? They might tell you what to do. Four of Swords in reverse. You guys have been on a break for a while. They're slowly rejoining the world, but they're not fully recovered yet. Ten of Wands in reverse. They just want to release the burden. But they're either a Taurus or I kind of get the feeling this person sort of wants to tell you what to do to a degree, but not necessarily. If you are a cross watcher, by the way, reverse the roles and I'm reading for you. I know I have a lot of cross watchers. Okay, how does Gemini feel? How does Gemini feel this week? Thank you. The Sun in reverse. So make sure you're not operating under a false impression. The sun is going down on something for you. You're feeling like you don't have enough clarity. You're not feeling that vitality, that warmth, that breath of fresh air, that cold, hard light of day feeling that brings a lot of clarity. You're either being pessimistic or overly optimistic. That's when our ego gets in the way. So release the ego. If the sun's going down on something, let it go down. This could have to do with a sun. You're feeling like that. I think you feel like you don't have a lot of clarity this week. Well, you seem to be going through quite a bit. I think you're letting the sun go down on something. You might have a hard time. You might feel as though there's a lot of long shadows casts because of the disappointment and the pain, and it's making you feel powerless. You might even feel ignored, just, or you feel like you have to ignore someone else and stand up to some authority in some way. Okay, what's the final outcome if they stay on present course this week for Gemini? The world in reverse. So you're very close to an ascension, very close to not repeating a cycle, completing a cycle. You will need to seek personal closure. Don't take the fast track to get there. Communication might not be great between you and another person. Cycles are somewhat stagnant, not being wrapped up, not completed. You may have to seek personal closure or a cycle that you want to wrap up so justice is served. You might have to do that on your own. I have the Queen of Cups in reverse. That could be you. That could be someone else. If this is you, Gemini, self-care and self-love is the thing right now. If this is you, you're super in your feelings. Conversely, you could be dealing with a person who's very emotional and somewhat in their feelings and codependent. That's making you feel impatient. I do see you manifesting change in your life, though. End of August into September. I like that Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. I think at some point you're going to realize you can't stand here and patiently wait for something. There's no real long-term plan. It's got you and your feelings, or it's got this Queen of Cups and her feelings. And you're like, I will expand. I will allow for the pull of Jupiter, which is the wheel in the upright. I will go with the flow. I will play out my destiny and focus on the right things for the right reasons. And I will work alone, damn it. I will be the single catalyst for change. Right on. I hope that comes for you guys. All right, Gemini, that's your reading for this week. Just remember to let go of the resentments. Listen to your intuition. There will be growth and expansion as you balance a situation. It may call for walking away. Yeah, I think you are. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Gemini. Take care of yourselves. I really love you guys, and I'll see you next time.